Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaiman on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the ACSA and Maximum Football 2020. We have a triple header for you guys, and it's going to be a great one. So make sure you smash that like button as well as hit subscribe to be brand new. Leave a comment for your boy as well if you're enjoying what you're seeing here on the channel. It helps grow the community that we got going on here, and it only takes a few minutes. So here we go, man. First game of the day. We actually have the second-ranked Lake Ozago Ironmen, the highest-ranked Group of 5 team in all of college football. They're on the road taking on Spokane Tech, which, you know, they aren't ranked, but this is a solid team, and they're here at home, so could be a tough non-conference matchup for Lake Ozago. Then they realize as Moore will drop back. He makes the guy miss. He's going to be able to get out of the pocket and pick up a few yards. They are now in Spokane territory thanks to that scramble. As we got 2nd and 5 now coming up. Moore will drop back once again. He's going to launch this thing out to the right-hand side, but it's intercepted by Irons. And Spokane Tech, they got the start that they needed here. And the Firebirds, they're off to a nice start here, up 3-0. And they are going to take it right to the Ironmen. They are not intimidated by that top 5 ACSA ranking whatsoever. As Gonzalez will throw over the right-hand side, gets it out to Wickware. It's an 8-yard gain over on that right-hand side, getting them inside the 35-yard line. As Wickware, this tailback, continuing to put in work early on for the Firebirds, as they pick up another first down right there. It's now 1st and 10. Gonzalez throwing over the middle. That is incomplete. A contested area over the middle of the field. Very dangerous throw, but they're fortunate that it falls harmlessly to the ground, though. As they'll try again now on 2nd and 10. Tiafu going to go ahead and make the catch up field for the first down. Had some space to work with and took advantage of it as well for the most part. As the Firebirds now on the verge of the red zone here. This will be very big for their upset bid early on if they can find a way to get into the end zone and make this a 10-0 game here early on. Before we even get to the end of the first quarter, as Gonzalez looking around, going to throw to the left-hand side, finds Tiafu. And inside the 10-yard line now, we got ourselves a goal line opportunity here. We'll see if the Firebirds can take full advantage of it as they throw to the end zone, but it's dropped. That was going to be a touchdown. You got to make that catch when you're playing against the number 2 team in the nation. It won't become any easier than that. Although that being said, though, the Firebirds will still find a way into the end zone, though. A touchdown for the Firebirds. And Spokane Tech now up 10-0. We got ourselves an upset alert here watching the number 2 team in the nation go to work. And hasn't been a great start for this offense, man. There was a nice play there, but it's negated by the holding. And now they're going to have 2nd and long, even after a decent throw and catch over to Johnson on that right-hand side. So now 2nd and long now. Moore going to drop back. Going to try to throw it over the middle. It's incomplete now. And now we're looking at 3rd and 14. An interesting spot. This is going to really determine how big the upset bid is truly going to be. As Moore somehow gets out of the pocket. He's down the field. He's running away from everybody. One man left to beat. He's not going to catch him in time. Touchdown, Lake Ozago. The Ironmen get on the board once again here in this season. In Lake Ozago, they cut this thing down to a 3-point game. But after that, the other teams, you know, they've been feeling each other out a little bit. As we'll go ahead, cut to the second half. We'll see if we can see a change in pace here, as it's still a 3-point game between Spokane Tech and Lake Ozago. As Gonzalez will go ahead and scramble out of the pocket on a 3rd and 7. Nobody had a spy on him, and Gonzalez just going to get to the outside and pick up that yardage easily. As Gonzalez will again throw to the right-hand side, finds Chandler in the end zone. Touchdown, Spokane Tech. And the Firebirds get another score here once again, and it opens back up to a 10-point game. Lake Ozago getting everything they can handle from the Spokane Tech football team, which is making his first appearance on TV as Moore down the field. He's going to have his 2nd rushing touchdown in the game as well. Touchdown, Lake Ozago. And they're going to also go for 2 on top of that. Field goal would just make this a 3-point game, but Maximum Football, man, you know what it is. They like to be aggressive in the second half, and this time it pays off for the Ironmen as they do convert the 2-point conversion. And so as a result, that's only going to be a 2-point game between these two squads. So let's see how the Firebirds react to that. Giving up that long touchdown run once again over to Moore. As Gonzalez throws over the middle, finds Gums. He's going to take it up the middle of the field and gets it across midfield. Huge gain for the Firebirds. As now we got 2nd and 8 coming up. Couple plays later now. As Gonzalez looking down the left side, finds Gums again. And this time it's for 6 points to Firebirds. Now make this a 2-score game, especially after the extra point. And it's coming down the wire here as both teams are definitely invested. It's a game that you love to win, but hate to lose. As Lake Ozago using a field goal. Actually had a couple of field goals. They cut this thing down to 3 points. A little bit less though as they're down the field. Gonna be bringing it all the way back. Thompson, gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Spokane Tech. And the Firebirds now with a chance to win this game. All you gotta do, make one more stop on defense. You're gonna pull an upset on the number 2 team in the nation. But Lake Ozago's already across midfield. And Moore is looking to tie this game up at the very least. As they're going to go upfield, going to try to run for the first down. He stops shy. The Ironmen don't have any more timeouts either. So they got to get to the line quickly. Not much time left. And they're going to just run it with Johnson. He's breaking some tackles though. He has one man left to beat. He had green grass in front of him. And they won't have time to run another play. And Spokane Tech leaves with an upset, winning 34-27. So what an exciting way to start this episode. As we now shift it down to the great state of Texas. We get to see a battle of opposites here, man. We see the Nashville Generals, who have not won a single game yet in this entire series. They're going to be taking on the Sugar Land State Cowboys, who are currently ranked number 7 in the entire country. Now, there are some teams out there still in the ACSA that have not won a single game yet in this series. New Mexico Tech is also one of them, among a few other teams out there as well. But that being said, though, you want to know how bad Nashville is? Nashville is ranked 130. Yep, 130 in the ACSA poll, so they are ranked last place according to the coaches poll. And meanwhile, Sugar Land State, they're in the top 10 in the entire country. So we'll get a little bit of a battle of opposites here for sure. We'll see how this plays out, and if Nashville has what it takes to even keep up with them, I think, winning this game, might be a little bit out of the question, but nothing like a good look at the Sugar Land State Cowboys as they are defending Big Southwest Conference champions, and you can see why, not wasting any time, immediately getting into the end zone. And it's an easy touchdown for Sugar Land State. It's an early 7-0 lead. And now we'll see what Nashville has in store for us here, man. They got a decent quarterback in Bigelow, who can, be a little bit of a gunslinger. A really great value brand, Kyler Murray, if you kind of think about it like that. But that being said, can the pieces around him, keep him upright, keep some of the load off him? Because it's going to have to be more than Bigelow in order to pull off the biggest upset in all of ACSA college football, and that's what I'm talking about. Harbor down the middle of the field, a broken tackle, and it turns into 6 points. And look at this. The Nashville Generals came out and play here today, and as such, they get a touchdown, and a couple of field goals later as we get to the end of the first quarter. Nashville actually has a lead right now, but that's not going to last very long, though, as Goins gets behind the defense. It's going to be another touchdown for Sugar Land State. And after the extra point is kicked, Sugar Land State, they retake the lead. But it's only a 1-point difference, though. Not much separating these two squads. Nashville, they're not. This is why you play the game. Games are certainly not decided on paper. It's been a close one so far. But Sugar Land State looks like it's starting to find a rhythm on the offensive side of the ball as Watson picks up another touchdown once again. And we knew that this Sugar Land State offense was really good. one of the best offenses in the ACSA back in Season 1. The question for them was if their defense was going to have what it takes to be championship caliber. You know, you got to win having both sides of the football. That's just the facts of today's ACSA. If you don't have one side of the ball, you're not going to be winning a national championship game. As right now, the defense looks a little concerning for Sugar Land State going forward, but it's good to see that this offense is, you know, picking up basically right where it left off back in Season 1. As Persig going to go ahead and take it to the outside. He's going to get another huge run here and get inside the 25-yard line as well. A first down for the Cowboys. And now 1st and 10, another run up the gut for Persig. He powers forward for a 7-yard gain as we now get inside the 2-minute warning to end this first half of play. It's 3rd and short now. Cooper throwing it short to Reese, who's going to go ahead and fight for the end zone. Touchdown, Sugar Land State. And the Cowboys now doubling up on the Nashville Generals as we get into the final half of play. Only a 28-13 ball game. But, you know, got to give it to Nashville, man. They are certainly fighting. You know, they're showing some efforts as Nashville gets an interception. It's going to be a 1st and goal for the Generals. And now it seemed like Sugar Land State was going to run with it, but now they can get into the end zone here. This could be a one-possession game, and they do just that on the next play. McAdoo in the back of the end zone, fighting for the ball and successfully winning the matchup for his quarterback. But they're going for 2, and it's going to be a bold move here for sure. As if they just kick the extra point, it would be a one-possession game, but instead they're going for 2. If they don't get it, and instead of just taking the extra point and making it a 1-score game, they go for 2. It doesn't work. And now it's a 2-score game. And you know, you can't slow down this Sugar Land State offense forever. As Allen, what a play! Allen hurdled over somebody, stayed on his feet though, and nobody can catch him. I mean, that's not even on the Nashville defense. That's just great concentration by this receiver. And it's a big touchdown for Sugar Land State. They make it 35-19. As we now go into the 4th quarter of play, both teams trying to finish strong. Sugar Land State looking for the dagger though, as Cooper throwing over the middle. He throws an interception though. This time the pank hole, but Nashville can only get a field goal out of it though. They cut into it a little bit though, but you gotta get some touchdowns, man. You gotta be able to, you know, finish with some more points than that, because again, Sugar Land State will not be kept down forever as they're going down the sideline, but eventually forced out of bounds. That was Noel with the return. It's down to the 41-yard line as we get back at it again with the white vans. As we see the Sugar Land State offense once again, Jonathan Cooper, you know, not his most impressive day, having 2 interceptions. You know, not a great look for one of the worst defenses in the ACSA when you have all these weapons around you like Noel and Allen for wide receivers. But still, they're winning pretty big, so nothing to be too terribly concerned about, but they do have to clean it up. As Jones does put in the final dagger, getting to the end zone with ease. Touchdown, Sugar Land State. And the Cowboys are going to improve to 3-0 here in season number 2, defeating the Nashville Generals 42-22. So for the final matchup that we got going on here today, we have the 13th ranked Coastal Alabama Waves gonna go ahead and take on the Virginia Coastal Waves. You know, so a little battle of the Surfer Wave Bowl if it was an actual rivalry game, but these two teams are on 2 different spectrums. Coastal Alabama certainly have aspirations to go ahead and fight for an opportunity to play in the national championship game at the end of the season. Meanwhile, Virginia Coastal, you know, their expectations just a little bit lower. You know, they were considered a dark horse in the Sunshine Conference back in the preview going into season 2, but so far they haven't shown it yet. They're 0-2 so far in this season. This will be a great opportunity to show what they can be possibly capable of. And they take on a top tier team in the ACSA. This is a solid squad, man. They came up a little stronger in the second half. They couldn't make it to a bowl game from their first half performance, but they could really have an opportunity here to go ahead and turn it around. And I mean, we're over a quarter of play in, and it's already a pretty close game. It's only 6-0, so Virginia Coastal is still in this thing, but they throw an interception. And if you're going to beat the number 13 team in the nation, you're going to have to win the turnover battle. It's just plain and simple. You know, you cannot beat them straight up. That's not how it's going to work with this Coastal Alabama squad. As Gray is going to go ahead and take it to the outside. He picks up a first down here as well. As now Adam Crouch going to get out of the pocket once more and flips it to Hamilton. A first down for the Waves. And the men in teal and white marching downfield like a big blue wave. As we try to throw it once again, it is incomplete though. It was knocked away at the very last moment. Is now 3rd and 8. Crouch dropping back, gonna throw this thing towards the end zone. Had a man and finds Hamilton once again. Touchdown, Coastal Alabama. And we got ourselves a multi-possession game now. Finally, our first touchdown of the game. As after that, they actually forced a 3-and-out. So Coastal Alabama starting to find their groove as well now, as they're trying to open things up here a little bit here in this second quarter of play. As the backup quarterback tries to come in, Crouch actually got shooken up a little bit. So going to see the backup quarterback get a little run and nearly gets himself a touchdown pass in the process. Gore almost ran it in, but he's going to be stopped from behind. Huge gain though. But 1st and goal for the Waves, trying to throw it over in the middle of its bar, trying to get his first touchdown of the season. But an incompletion though. As now 2nd and goal, Crouch will drop back once again. Going to try to throw it over in the middle. Different quarterback, but same results though. Another incompletion. As they'll try to run it in here on 3rd down. Going to hand it off to Gray. He's looking for some room. He's going to be marked shy at just the 1-yard line. Coastal Alabama not going to settle for a field goal here. They're actually going to go for it. And Gray is going to punch it in for the Coastal Alabama Waves. Touchdown for Coastal. And it's another score for the 13th ranked team in the nation. Although we do see Virginia Coastal off screen at the very least get a field goal, so they won't be shut out at the very least. But, I mean, things aren't looking good. We're going into half, and Coastal Alabama, they get the ball to start the second half as well. So, huge drive here if you want to try to keep things close. As that's not what you want to see, though. Kinslow down the middle of the field, burns the defense badly. Touchdown, Coastal Alabama. What a play right there. And another score for Coastal Alabama. And they're just starting to open things up quickly here in the second half of play. As Crouch going to drop back once again on another drive. Finds Gore. And this time he will not be denied. Touchdown for Coastal here as well. It's 34-3 already. And you want to talk about, you know, things are bad. It couldn't possibly get any worse, right? No. Interception, pick 6 for a touchdown. And just in a blink of an eye, it's 41-3. You want to talk about an absolute blowout? Here's one right here. Coastal Alabama certainly showing why they're the 13th ranked team in the nation. And we'll see if they can continue to play this way throughout the course of the season. You know, they definitely struggled in conference play. Super South is one of the tougher conferences in college football, of course. But Roth, though, going to cap off a huge drive once again. Another touchdown for Coastal Alabama. And they cruise to an easy win in non-conference play. Coastal Alabama winning this thing by a final score of 65-11. And now it's time to go ahead and take a look at some other scores throughout the ACSA. Alright guys, so what we are going to do after we saw the Hebrew University of California go ahead and take care of business, we're now going to take a look around the ACSA and see some notable scores that went down. Starting off, the Amazon Delivery Boys, number 9 in the nation, get upset by Palo Alto State. The Blue Jays getting their first win this season, and it's a big one, winning by a final score of 18-16. On the other hand, the Clinton College Indians come in to the ACSA Top 25 for the first time this year. They come in ranked number 21 in the nation, and they will continue to do just that as they hosted the Jackson Jackers from the Stars and Stripes Conference, and Glenn College taking care of them with ease, win this one 44-0. Savio Dream looking to dream on. They are now ranked 18th in the nation after going off on a free 2-0 start. They now improve to 3-0, hosting the Northern Virginia Angels, who are the defending Sunshine Conference champions. Savio winning 36-10. The Angels with some serious concerns as they start off this season 0-3 in non-conference play. Mississippi A&M also playing a Sunshine Conference team, and they outdo the Savio Dream. They played the University of Virginia Beach, home of the Sharks. They're 1-1 coming in this thing, but they quickly get put in their place though. The Mississippi A&M Vipers killing it out there on the football field, winning 56-0. Central Georgia A&M gets itself back on track after losing last week to Richard Polytech. Central Georgia A&M, they get back and beat the Thomas Jefferson Minutemen 38-3. Thomas Jefferson still looking for their first win of the season. So that's going to do it here for today's ACSA episode, and I hope you enjoyed today's content. Make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you do have to be brand new and you like what you see here on the channel. Next time out, we got some good games for you here today. We have the #1 ranked team in the nation in the capital of Tennessee Bulldogs. They will go and play against the Raleigh Red Rams from the Stars and Stripes Conference, where we get a look at not only the #1 team in the nation, but also the ACSA #1 recruit from Season 1, who is starting right away on that defensive line. We'll see if he can make a better impact than what we saw him make back in Week 1. This is the first part of Part 3 of this third week of the ACSA. After that, we'll have probably the most interesting matchup of this week. We have the number 19th ranked Vienna Patriots, who are in the ACSA Top 25 for the first time. They get to play the Boston State Deacons, who has a tight end that I've heard is pretty darn good. We're going to get a look at him in this game as well. The Deacons off to a decent start. They're 1-1. A win against a top 25 team would be very helpful for them here. And for the final game that we're going to take a look at before we get into the ACSA premiere, we have the Warwick Rebels, who are ranked in the top 5, ranked number 5 in the nation, playing against the Philadelphia Tech Black Mambas. Warwick last week losing to Vienna on the road. They're looking to get back on track here with this game against Philadelphia Tech from the National Athletic Conference. So that is going to do it for today's ACSA episode, and I hope you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.